Welcome to class remotely. This is Mehjabin. In today's video, I am going to take you through some very short questions and answers from the history lesson Rise of Christianity, which is prescribed for class 7. The first question is, what is the origin of the word medieval? The word medieval originates from a Latin word which means time in the middle. When did the medieval period begin in India? When did it come to an end in India? In India, the medieval period began in the 8th century CE. It ended in the middle of the 18th century CE. CE means Common Era or Current Era. For how long did the early medieval period last in India? The early medieval period began in India in the 8th century and lasted till the middle of the 13th century CE. For how long did the later medieval period last in India? The later medieval period began in the 13th century and lasted till the middle of the 18th century. Name the two phases of the later medieval period in India. The two phases of the later medieval period in India are the Delhi Sultanate phase and the Mughal dynasty phase. Mention the time duration of the Delhi Sultanate phase in India. The Delhi Sultanate phase began in 1200 and ended in 1526 CE. Mention the time duration of the Mughal dynasty phase in India. The Mughal dynasty phase began in 1526 and lasted till the middle of the 18th century in India. What do you understand by the words the Messiah? The Messiah refers to a liberator of an oppressed people. The promised deliverer of the Jews, Jesus Christ, is also called the Messiah. What is baptism? Baptism is the Christian rite of sprinkling water on a person's forehead or immersing him or her in water. The rite symbolizes purification and admission to the Christian church. Who were the parents of Jesus Christ? Jesus Christ was born to Mary and Joseph. Where was Jesus Christ born? Jesus Christ was born in Bethlehem. When did the Romans conquer Palestine? The Romans conquered Palestine in the middle of the 1st century BCE, that is before the current era. Who was Herod? Herod was a puppet ruler appointed by the Romans when they conquered Palestine. Why did the Jews look forward to the coming of the Messiah? The Jews looked forward to the coming of the Messiah, that is Christ, because they suffered injustice and torture under their ruler Herod. Whose descendant was Joseph? Joseph was the descendant of King David, Israel's most famous king. When was Jesus Christ born? Jesus was born around 6 to 4 BCE. Where did Jesus Christ grow up? Christ grew up in Nazareth in northern Palestine. How old was Jesus when he was baptized? Jesus Christ was around 30 years old when he was baptized. What were the main teachings of Christ? Christ taught that there is one God who is compassionate, loving, and forgiving. He inspired people to love their neighbors, including the poor people, sinners, and enemies. Who was Pontius Pilate? Pontius Pilate was the governor of the Roman province of Judea. He was the official who presided over the trial of Jesus and gave orders for his crucifixion. How did the Christian community emerge? The Christian community emerged when the followers of Jesus Christ believed that Christ had been resurrected after his death. The conviction about the resurrection of Christ led to the development of a new Christian community. Name 4 of the disciples of Christ who recorded the teachings of Jesus Christ in the Gospels. John, Matthew, Mark, and Luke were four of the disciples of Christ who recorded the life and teachings of Christ in the Gospels. Who was Peter and what did he do? Saint Peter was one of the 12 disciples of Jesus Christ. He was the foundation rock of Christianity. He was actively involved in spreading the teachings of Christ in Palestine. Who was Paul and what was his contribution to Christianity? Saint Paul was a convert to Christianity who spread the teachings of Jesus in Palestine and in the first century world. For how long were the Christians a religious minority within the Roman Empire? The Christians were a religious minority within the Roman Empire for almost 300 years after the death of Jesus Christ. How were the Christians treated when they were a minority in Rome? When the Christians were a minority in Rome, they were tortured for practicing their religion. They were oppressed and punished. Who made Christianity legal in Rome? When was it made legal? The Roman Emperor Constantine made Christianity a legal religion. Christianity was declared as a legal religion in 313 CE. When did Christianity become the official religion of the Roman Empire? Christianity became the official language of the Roman Empire towards the end of the 4th century CE. With this, I come to the end of today's video. Thank you so much for being here. Bye.